YouTube, what's going on? As always, aiming back with another banger. Smash the like button, drop a comment, subscribe. We're gonna go ahead and get into this video. In this video today, I'm gonna be building my Mark 18 upper. Okay, so I am building the Mark 18. In my last video, I told you about my upcoming rifle build. Pretty much my second dream rifle variant. This one is a pistol variant, so it's pretty much a dream pistol build. This is a Mark 18 inspired clone build. So this ain't no daggone Reddit special clone correct government military Mark 18. You know, this is my interpretation of a Mark 18, what I like as far as a Mark 18 and how I want my Mark 18 to look and be set up. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. The first thing we got right here is the Daniel Defense Mark 18 upper. So this right here I did purchase from Brownells. This is a Daniel Defense Mark 18 stripped upper. So we're gonna go ahead and open it up, guys. We're gonna go ahead and open it up. Had to build this, man. Ooh-wee! This is my first time seeing it, guys, just like you. So this is it. This is how it comes right here. Daniel Defense. So you know you got the black, all black, and then you got the Cerakoted. They call this mil spec. It's like a FDE variant, but it's not like bright FDE. It's just like a light, like a kind of, I don't even know how to explain it, honestly. It looks like a brownish mixed with a silver almost. But it is T-marked, engraved, laser engraved, you know, for your markings. You got your information right here. Mark 18, RS2, the patent number and all of that. Okay, Daniel Defense. Yeah, this some high quality stuff right here, man. That's the reason why I wanted to go with this. Then you have your dust cover. Daniel Defense dust cover. These are rails that come with it, these rail covers. But that's the rail right there, guys. Like I said, it has a 10-3 Coleman forged barrel. You put your own flash hider on it. I gotta get me a flash hider. And like I said, the upper is completely built other than the missing parts. You got your forward assist, your gas block, everything's installed. This block, gas block right here, is indeed pinned. Yeah, so you can see right there, see it? It is pinned. You got one set screw and a pin, and the completely bought ones might just come with just pin with no set screw, because a pin by itself is better than having a set screw at all. But this one comes with both, one set screw, one pin. But the fact that it's pinned lets you know that it's built for it tough, so you have nothing to worry about. And another thing, the Daniel Defense complete upper, not the strip but the complete one, it will actually say Mark 18 right here. It'll be laser engraved Mark 18 from the factory, and it'll have like this little bullet looking logo engraved in it as well, and say 5.56. Okay, but again, this is the one from Brownell, the stripped upper. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So here's the final product. This is my Mark 18 build right here. I'm gonna go ahead and go over all the parts one more time in its complete form. I will say that this is kind of tied with my Scar 16S on being my favorite gun. Honestly, I think this one might be my favorite. This thing is absolutely beautiful. In my opinion, I think this is the best AR pistol, as far as in every category, really. It's the best looking, the best functioning, the most durable, proven military background, and I just love it. I just love the Daniel Defense Mark 18. I mean, all Mark, it don't gotta be Daniel Defense, but you get what I'm saying. Just the Mark 18 conceptual platform is just beautiful, and I wish I would have got into it before, but the moment I laid eyes on it and seen it, how people was building and you know, found out about it, it was a wrap. I had to build me one. So let's go ahead and get into it, guys. Y'all know I love my FDE. So I had to do a nice little FDE theme with this right here. So starting from the top, we got my muzzle brake right here. This is from YHM. This is so I can attach my suppressor, my YHM Resonator R2, which I don't have at the moment. It's still in jail, but you will see further videos with that. Okay. Now, you know, obviously I got the Res 2 rail, Mark 18 Res 2 rail right here. Can't really see it say Daniel Defense up in there and all of that stuff. But anyway, got the Res 2 rail. I specifically wanted the FDE version, so that's what I went for right there. Okay. We got Magpul backup sights on it. Magpul M-Bus, these are Gen 2s. Originally, I was going to get the Daniel Defense sights just to keep the Daniel Defense theme going. But once I decided that I wanted to build mine on an FDE color theme, I wanted to put as many FDE parts as possible. And I have no problem with these. I really like these. Very, very good sighting system. Okay. We got Magpul rail covers, Magpul ladders, these FDE. Okay, they do come individually, so I only bought 3 of them. In the future, I'm probably gonna buy me maybe 2 or 3 more because I want to finish this out. I only have 2. This one. Actually, no, I have 3. The third one is on the bottom, as you can see. But I had cut it so I can make room for my vertical grip and or hand stop, whichever one I got on there. So there's a little space that I cut, pretty much like right here's worth I cut off, and then the remaining little piece I just put right there, and it still works out because my hand goes like that. I will be doing a different camera angle view when I'm finished this, so you guys can see it how it looks on me. But moving on from there, I got the this is the complete upper itself, obviously, you know, is a Daniel Defense. This is a Daniel Defense stripped Mark 18 CQBR upper. So it only came with the Res 2 handguard, the Daniel Defense upper, the Daniel Defense 10-3 cold hammer forged chrome line barrel. Of course, the pinned gas block. Yes, this gas block is pinned. I've seen some questions. I've seen some people inquiring that information on Reddit and online, trying to figure out the difference between the gas block setup if you were to get the stripped upper versus the complete upper or the complete pistol. So I'm not sure if this is a newer, I mean, obviously this is probably a newer production, but yeah, my gas block is pinned. I might got to show you when I get to the other side. Yeah, it's not, I can't show you right there, but this gas block is pinned and there's a set screw. So there's 1 pin and 1 set screw, very sturdy. I mean, you wouldn't expect nothing less from the Mark 18 Res 2 platform. Okay, so moving on from there, I got a Magpul QD point, which I'll get into later and show you my sling setup. That's to attach my sling. Okay, and this is one of the products one of the last products that I got right here. Just picked up a few more products for it. All right, so like I said, we got the Magpul covers, the 12 o'clock right here on the side, then 2 on the bottom, and we have an Emissary handbrake. This is the Picatinny version. Okay, it's Emissary development, one of my favorite. Well, this is my favorite hand stop. This is the second one I have.
Anytime I want a hand stop on a AR pistol, if I'm not using a vertical grip SBR on it or a rifle, this is my go-to. I absolutely love these hand stops. They're amazing. I think they're the best in the market. Okay, so moving on. Again, Magpul backup sight. I don't know how I just skipped past this big old optic. We got the EOTech EXPS 3-0. Obviously got the quick detach, night vision compatible. Okay. So moving on from there, going on back, you got a Radiant Raptor charger handle. Radiant Raptor, I believe this is the LT. Let me go ahead and adjust this camera so I can show you that setup. So here's my charger handle. This is the Radiant Raptor. This isn't the gas busting charger handle, nothing like that. Just the basic ambidextrous Radiant charger handle. I believe it was the LT model, but I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that. Okay. Now I'm gonna have to switch the camera angle to show you the other side of the firearm so you can see other components. So we're gonna switch the camera angle. Be right back with you. All right, YouTube. So here's the other side. Different view for you right here. Going back over the same products from this side. Okay. Now back where we left off. My bolt carrier group. I decided to go with the Daniel defense. I just wanted for this build. It was sky was the limit. Once again, similar to my SCAR, this is like another dream build. So money wasn't an object. If I actually decided that I wanted something and that I thought that was the highest quality and that it made me feel the most comfortable and that I got, you know, a very high quality product. So originally I was actually trying to possibly save some money in the bulk carrier group without necessarily getting something budget. Like I already knew that I didn't want no like $100 bulk carrier group. I mean, for certain builds, yeah, those are perfectly fine. But for this build, you know, I was expecting to at least spend $175, $200, $250 I wanted something good. You know what I'm saying? So originally, with that being said, I already knew that the Daniel Defense bulk carrier group was available and that it cost $250. But I was just like, do I have to spend it? Because there's other bulk carrier groups that are still premium and good brands that ain't necessarily $250. So with that being said, I was about to go with the Sons of Liberty Gunworks. Honestly, if this was my second time building this, you know, or another firearm, I probably definitely would have did it. Because Sons of Liberty Gunworks has excellent bulk carrier groups. They're a premium brand. I would feel just as comfortable with that one as well as I do with Daniel Defense. But at the end of the day, because this is my first MK18 build, you know, and I already I told myself, you know, I wanted it exactly how I wanted it and not to make an excuse out of something just because of the cost. So I just went ahead and went with the Daniel Defense. At the end of the day, I know that, yeah, it's expensive, but it's reliable. Daniel Defense makes some of the best products, proven track history, you know, the whole 9 yards. Very, very good bulk carrier group. And at the end of the day, I'd rather know I got it and got it out the way. Yeah, it was expensive, but it's over with now and I got it, versus looking back on it and having buyer's remorse for not getting it just because I wanted to save $50 or something like that. But in the future, I actually am going to have a second bulk carrier group for this, for my Mark 18. This is my primary one. I will be buying another one as my backup and as the one that I use in a range. I'll probably go in further detail in that concept later in another video. But basically, with this platform being a 10.3, it is inherently slightly over gas. Just the nature of the beast when it comes to short AR platform. So I want to go ahead and have a backup bulk carrier group. Like how it's set up now with this Daniel Defense bulk carrier group. This is what will be in a gun when I'm in a house, when it's in a safe, you know, with serious use. Okay. But I would take this bulk carrier out when I go to the range and put my backup one in. That way I'm saving, you know. Now, of course, I'm going to shoot some rounds through this just to verify it work and, you know, light little testing out with it and stuff like that. But as far as me running and gunning with this at the range, training thousands and thousands of rounds, I'm not going to use my Daniel Defense bulk carrier group. I'm going to save that one for when it's really needed because this is a premium bulk carrier group. I'll go ahead and use me a backup bulk carrier group. And that'll be the one that I'll put thousands of rounds on. You dig that? So that's how I want to do that. Okay. So moving on from there. let's go ahead and keep it going. Close that dust cover. The Daniel Defense Mark 18 upper comes with the Daniel Defense polymer dust cover. Perfectly fine with me. I don't mind it. Okay. Everything else, this cashew nut and this end plate right here, this is just mil spec, nothing fancy, nothing like that. Stuff I already had laying around. I don't really see a need to buy a special. There's no such thing as a premium cashew nut in my eyes and end plate. They don't do absolutely anything. They just screw something on and stay there, you know. So with that being said, it's just mil spec. It works perfectly fine. It's not gonna make or break anything as far as saving money in that aspect. So moving on to the back, well, I guess we'll start down here. So I do run Magpul. This and my Scar shares the same magazines. That way, whichever one I'm using, whichever one I grab, they both will share the same magazine. I do run the Magpul Gen 3s, M3 Magpul and FDE, because both of my rifles are FDE, so it makes sense to just run the Gen 3s. I do have to get some more magazines because I only had 2 of these Gen 3s. Once I bought my Scar, I had to look at what exactly generation my magazines were, because the Scar only takes Gen 3s. They don't function with the Gen 2s. So I do need more magazines. I only had 2 of these. My other magazines, which I stacked up on, they're actually the wrong generation of Gen 2. So I'm probably going to just find a way to sell those, or just right now they're just in the bag put up. I really don't have a use for them. Because I just got OCD about my colors and I want everything to match up. So I will be restocking my magazines. All of them will be FDE Gen 3, so that way they'll function in my Mark 18 as well as my Scar. Now this one can take any magazine, obviously, but I still wanted FDE. That's just what I'm into. So as far as my lower is from a company called BAD. The acronym is BAD, stands for Bad Attitude Department. They make custom lures and different stuff like that. So they had this Mark 18 Ma 0 carbine, being as though this is a Mark 18 military clone inspired clone build. This just icing on the cake for me right here. Originally, me being an FN fanboy, I was gonna get an FN lure, but when I seen this one, I had to get it. So as you can see, it says Mark 18 on it right here, laser engraved Ma 0. Obviously, this isn't a Ma 0. This is a Ma 1 Block 2 build. The Ma 0 has the front sight post and just that kind of typical M4 like handguard length with the delta ring and all that stuff, and it's a quad rail. But this is the Ma 1, but it's still cool. The fact that it says Mark 18 on it, and the real Mark 18s, like the military ones, was used in the Navy, so that's what that symbol is right there, that anchor. That's the Navy symbol. Crane, Indiana. That's as far as the history with the Mark 18 and the development, that's where it came from. Crane, Indiana, right there. So that's just absolutely beautiful. In my eyes, it's very beautiful. Okay, moving on from there. Wanted to add some more FDE to the process, so I did decide to go with the Radian Talon Ambi selectors. I have mine set for 90 degrees. I'm really not a fan of the 45 degrees. 90 degrees is more safe. The 45 degrees isn't always reliable in different platforms, and it's just prone to more accidental discharges. With the 90 degree, that's how the AR-15 was built, to be 90 degrees. So I just feel comfortable with the 90 degrees. So yeah, I have the ambidextrous Radian Talon. This is the left side. Obviously, we got the right side over here, which you've seen already. Okay. So moving on from there, my lower parts kit, I went with CMMG parts kit. Now, honestly, when I was ordering my parts for this build, it completely missed me that Daniel Defense makes lower parts kits. I just wasn't thinking about that, honestly. I really would have went with that, but I knew for a fact I did wanted to go with a reputable brand, something that builds high quality parts. This one didn't necessarily have to be like a sky's the limit type of thing, because most of the lower parts kit stuff, other than just the extreme low budget stuff, it's pretty much all the same thing, just as long as it's mil spec and functioning. Especially with the trigger component, stuff like that. Most likely I'm gonna be changing out my trigger, but this is a CMMG lower parts kit, so it's their trigger, there's everything in the internals except the mag release, stuff like that. So yeah, I decided to go with the CMMG. They make very good high quality parts. And even their guns themselves, CMMG makes good high quality firearms. They got their Mutant, their Banshee. They make good good firearms. It ain't like they make bad firearms, but then and then they just happen to sell a little parts kit. It wouldn't be the same for me if I know your actual firearms ain't even that good in the first place. So why would I buy a little parts kit and put it in my premium gun? But the fact that they are a premium brand themselves, probably not as on the same reputation and not at the same tier level necessarily as Daniel Defense, but they're still reputable, high quality brands. So I feel comfortable with that. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually turn this camera around one more time. So I'll be right back with you. All right, YouTube. So back on this side right here where I left off at, I had to pause the camera and my flashlight died on my camera. So this is the other side of the lore, which is another thing that I found very beautiful and that I was specifically looking for, being as though I wanted to slightly kind of, obviously this isn't an actual military clone, exact replica clone of the Mark 18 from what the military built, but this is just inspired by it conceptually. So I did wanted to find me a lore that had some type of U.S. government marking, something like that. You get what I'm saying? Just to help the theme out. So again, Bad did their thing. It says property of U.S. government M4A1 carbine caliber 5.56. Okay, so that's very beautiful right there. It just helps complete the theme, giving that Mark 18 military vibe, and I absolutely love this lore. So glad I went with it. Okay, so moving on from there, I do have a bad lever from Magpul. This is my first time using it. Originally I didn't plan on putting this in the firearm. This was one of the last purchases. I just bought this today. I just seen it. I just thought about it when I was in the store, thinking about anything else that I can buy while I'm in here, just to get it out the way. And I thought about it a little bit, but not really. Not really too heavily. Originally, I was even the one that I was looking at when I thought about it was going to be FDE, but they didn't have it. I wish I would have found the FDE one just to add some more FDE to it, but the black looks good on it. So that's a bad lever. You know how that functions. I'll probably show you how all that works in another camera angle when I'm finished this one. But moving on from there, we got a Magpul MOE basic pistol grip right here. This is my favorite grip. I think honestly every AR that I ever used always had this grip. This one or the B5 is my favorite. Okay, so that's the Magpul MOE. I do keep spare batteries and an oil packet in there for emergency lubrication and cleaning. I got batteries for my EOTech, and I'll use them same batteries for my light when I get one. Right now I don't have a light because I haven't decided which light I want to put on here. I'm thinking about between if I want to keep it FDE and throw me my first Surefire on there. However, as far as with the light, I'm still not really sold on the whole buying the most expensive light, because those lighting setups be very expensive. But if I do decide I want it, then definitely I'm gonna get it. Money is not an issue. But it's the point is, for me, I'm not necessarily to the point where I'm willing to buy that, because I haven't completely understood the reasoning on why a Surefire, other than its military background and police background and stuff like that, is any better than something like a stream light. Okay, now we do have other options like mod light, stuff like that. So I'm not too familiar with all the lights, but I do know I want an FDE light. Unfortunately, Streamlight doesn't make an FDE flashlight, which is so stupid to me. So I might end up having no choice if I do wanted to keep it the FDE color to go with a mod light or Streamlight or something like that, or Cloud Defensive. But for sure, I want me a high quality brand. Most likely it might be between a Streamlight if I decide to just go ahead and throw a black one on there. Because if I don't decide to put an FDE one on there, Streamlight definitely gonna go on there, because I'm not really sold on the whole flashlight thing. Like, I never seen someone use a flashlight on their gun before in self-defense. On no self-defense video, no home invasion. I've watched hundreds, a bunch of them on YouTube. I'm just not completely sure that a flashlight is so important. Now, I think for me, a flashlight is cool as far as the looks, and as far as, just we love throwing accessories on our guns, feeling tactical and cool and stuff like that. But as far as like actually using it, and this was help save my life, that's what the gun is for. The light isn't going to do nothing but give your position away. So I gotta just look more into it and figure out which light I want. But I definitely am going to put a light on here from some type of reputable brand. So finishing on with there, again, everything back here is mil spec. Okay, we have a mil spec end plate, a mil spec castle nut. My buffer tube itself is a mil spec. I have a Spikes tactical buffer spring inside of here, and I also have a basic mil spec buffer weight. I'm right now running an H1. I haven't shot the gun yet, stuff like that. So that part is still susceptible to change. I got to see how everything runs as far as shooting it unsuppressed and suppressed and all of that. So I can't really say what's going to be permanent as far as the whole buffer system right now. And lastly, we do have the SBA3 and FDE right here. I love this brace. I already knew this is what I wanted when I decided I wanted to build this FDE. That was just a obvious given right there. Okay, I rather prefer this one than the SBA4 or the 5. The new one is cool, but it's just something about this 3 that looks more streamlined to me that I like. Now, honestly, I think the SBA5, if this was a different build, I probably would have went with that one. I think that one, theoretically on paper, and it just looks more sturdy, and it probably does function a little better, the 5th generation one. But the 3 is just cool for me because it's more streamlined, It isn't too just doing too much. Okay. So finishing everything off, that's pretty much it for the build. Yeah, I think that's everything. The last thing I will show is at a different camera angle. I'm show you my sling setup, and I'll finish the video off with that. So I'm gonna get back with you on a different camera angle. All right, YouTube, back at you. So this is my MK18 right here. How it is set up with my sling and how to be slung. I do gotta still make some minor adjustments on the fitting of the sling and stuff like that. It's just slapped on there right now. I adjusted it a little bit, but not too much, because like I said, I just built this today, so just doing some playing around with it and stuff like that. But I will adjust it to my plate courier. I think that's very important to understand the difference when you set your sling up. It will fit different when you put your plate courier on. You will need to be pushed out a little bit more versus if you do it with just your bare t-shirt on, like in the house. Most likely you'll do it to be slimmer. So just keep that in mind. But again, this is my sling. This is a Magpul sling right here. Okay, this is the Magpul I think QD Gen 2 or something like that, an FDE. Okay, I always wanted one of these slings. Very nice sling. I love it. It matches the other FDE and Magpul products I have. So this is how it'll be set up. Probably gonna have to move the camera back again because I'm sure it's too close. But if I take it off, that's how it looks. So you got the sling right here. Put on the cute Magpul QD point, and the other sling. I do run my slings on the right side. I'm probably not going to get into all that, but there is a reason and a difference between putting your QD, mounting it on the left side of the stock or brace versus the right. If you're right-handed, I think it's best, more advantageous to put it on the right. It's more comfortable, and you can switch shoulders from left to right easier and stuff like that. And the way the firearm sits on your neck is more comfortable for me with this mounted on the right, as far as presenting the firearm, presenting it out, versus when it's on the left. I found that most of the time when I put it on the left, it got kind of bunched up when I got to get a cheek weld on my firearm. So I like running it on the right side. Okay, so this is how I got it set up, guys. Again, it's the Mark 18 right here, my FDE Mark 18 build. So I run it like this, okay? Have it slung down right here. I'll probably have one, my secondary pistol. Right now I got the FN right here, So if I need to draw my FN pistol or my secondary, I'll just throw this over here like that. I think this audio is going to be kind of a little bit slightly bad because it's rubbing up against the headset with the mic on it. But I'll just throw my sling to the left, and I can draw my pistol, get shots on target. You get what I'm saying? I'm trying to control the rubbing on the mic as best as I could, but anyway, yeah. So that's my sling setup, guys. But thanks for tuning in. Sorry about the long video, but I had no choice but to make it long because I had so much parts to review and so much stuff to go over. But yeah, stay tuned. I will be doing more videos with this when I get a suppressor. I might add a few more tasteful little upgrades to it, but for the most part, this thing is complete. I love this firearm. It's one of my favorite builds right here. Thank you so much for watching. Again, it's Daniel Defense Mark 18. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.